Hello, my name is Bill and welcome to Mind Your Crypto. Today I have a DNT DISTRICT0X update. Let's see if the dynamite will skyrocket again or if it will consolidate for a bit. If you are new to this channel, then of course it would help me so much if you subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell button of course, and share. And if you haven't checked already my last live video, of course I covered so many altcoins that you asked me, so if you are new and you haven't checked it up yet, or if you are a subscriber and you haven't checked it up yet, then I advise you to check it because it has a lot of useful information. But that's just that, guys. Let's go back to our DNT and support levels. These are our major support levels. From the top to the bottom, from the left to the right, we go to lower support levels: 0.31, 0.27, 25, 21 and 17 cents. And of course our major support line, which we want to break out in order to have a buying opportunity if we retest this resistance level, it sits at around 0.40. Of course we will have some more buying opportunities after some support levels, after we hit some support levels, but we will check that in our price analysis better. Right now let's go a bit to our MACD to see that how we had higher highs, of course, for MACD as well. Look at the tops here, and now we have a bearish scenario where the blue line is beyond our signal line. Do we have to worry right now for the 4-hour frame? No, absolutely no. We don't have to worry yet, and of course this happens, we can see this even on a very bullish scenario. This can happen as well in the 4-hour frame for MACD and our signal line here, which is the orange line. As you know, guys, when our MACD is above the signal line, we have a very bullish scenario, and when it is beyond, a bearish situation. The more the distance, the higher the risk, and the more the distance, when the MACD is below the signal line, the higher the buying opportunity as well. Same here, guys, 18th April, same here, 8th April. Okay, so let's continue to our RSI and the commodity channel index as well as the SSL channel. Right now we don't have any overbought or any oversold situation to look for the very short term, but as we can see, we are having higher lows for the price, higher lows for the RSI, higher lows for the commodity channel as well. You can see here the high risk, that's why we had this huge sell pressure, but I will show you two other charts that explains why we had this huge sell pressure here and this bearish candle for DISTRICT0X that outperformed and outclassed Bitcoin in today and yesterday, and of course Ethereum and many other altcoins. So right now we had this huge risk where the RSI was above 70 and the commodity channel index above 100 as well, and look how we consolidated back here, and of course it still looks strong, guys. However, right now, according to the RSI and the commodity channel index, we don't have any clear buying opportunity. Back then, on 18th April, you can see for the very short term that we had a buying opportunity, and of course we hit such huge amount of money here. You look at, we hit like 0.51 USD. We reached the all-time high in USD, but not in Bitcoins chart, and that's what many people do wrong. I will tell you afterwards. Right now let's go to the Bollinger bands, and of course here we had this extreme buying pressure, and then afterwards just a huge sell pressure till we reached this 0.36 cents. Okay, so we are in the top of the Bollinger bands right now, we are close to the top, and of course when we are extending the top line, you can see we are consolidating. DISTRICT0X has one of the runs that are very healthy for me, going up, consolidating for some time, going up, consolidating, going a little bit above again, consolidating, then hitting the all-time highs for USD, then going back again. Still looks strong, guys, and of course according to our MACD for the daily frame, we had this huge here bullish cross where we saw our MACD going above our cyclic line, and we want it to remain like this in order to see it performing better and better as well. As you can see here, the more the distance between the lines, the higher the risk. Then we consolidate it, the more the distance between cyclic line and the blue line. When the blue line is beyond our cyclic line, the more the buying opportunity. You can see here we had huge risk, huge buying opportunity here, at least for the short term, but that is not enough to show us why if we have a buying opportunity for the short term or not. We have to see other indexes as well. So DNT against Bitcoin in the 4-hourly frame. You can see here the clear resistance line we had from February. That's why we had this huge sell pressure for the 4-hour frame. But of course, we still stay strong for now, making our 30-day EMA as our support level. You can see here the 20-day EMAs reach the price, and of course I'm always talking about the distance between the price and of course the 20-day EMA. When we have this huge distance, guys, then of course we want to let the EMAs reach the price. This distance is risky, very risky, and of course in the moment that we hit the previous resistance level, or we had small room to buy or to have a percentage, a higher percentage here. For example, if you wanted to buy here, then the risk was higher than your gains, because what you could get was like something like 6% only according to previous resistance levels. So it wasn't worth it for me, guys. Of course, if you have bought here, it was worth it so much. And if you HODL DNT, then of course was worth it too. So right now we still stand strong in the 4-hour frame, and the volume, look at it, it is so high, but right now it is falling a little bit. We want to see if we see a more of a consolidation or more of a sideways situation till we let the 30-day EMAs reach the price. However, let's go to DNT against Bitcoin in the weekly frame. I wanted to show you that, guys, because for DNT against Bitcoin, we have some huge room to breathe according to historical data. But if you check the weekly frame for DNT against USD, then you can realize we didn't have. But for DNT against Bitcoin, we surely have. Because of course, right back then, look at this amount of how we can grow. So of course, DNT can grow more because we found resistance in the DNT against USD. We found resistance now again, you can see here. But as you can see, guys, that we found resistance in such a low level of the price here. You can see the price label for DNT divided by Bitcoin 50878. So we have some huge room to breathe. Let me give you an example of how much we can grow. 200%. We have some room to breathe more according to historical data around there, guys. Let me do it with the blue. So I like it more when we pump up with the blue and when we correct with the red line. And we just show this impulsive wave. Look at here back on 2017, and then we consolidate back. Now we have more room, even though we reached the all-time highs for DNT against USD in the weekly frame, as you can see. And of course we will go to our price analysis and what we will see furthermore for DNT. Right now we might see some sort of consolidating for a bit, going sideways, guys, bouncing between the EMAs or maybe going a little bit above, but that's just fine. It still looks good. However, what I would advise you here is to wait for a bit. Personally, if we break this resistance level again, or even more this resistance level, I would of course buy. It is a clear buying opportunity because I think that if we had to break this resistance level at around, guys, 0.40 and of course 0.35, then we would go upwards again, testing some new highs, and of course we got some lower supports that we are looking forward to. For example, here, guys, I think this major support line, if we were to hit it again, is a good buying opportunity for the DISTRICT0X. And of course you can see here when we were having this bearish candle at 18th April, okay, we just consolidated for quite some time, but we didn't even reach some support levels that we could do even beyond. We stayed here, guys, we stayed in this support level right here and then bounced back. So for the very short term, I think we might go a bit sideways, going a little bit like this, maybe even lower, maybe even higher, but we need to let, for the daily frame, we need to let, of course, the EMAs catch up the price as they did right now. As you can see here, 30-day EMA was our support back here and 50-day EMA at 19th April, but it still looks good, guys. EMAs look good, and we want to see where we will go for DISTRICT0X against USD. My advice is to wait a little bit for now, seeing what the price will do, and if we go to these lines, then of course it is a buying opportunity for now, because as you can see, DISTRICT0X just outperformed Bitcoin and of course outperformed the other altcoins as well. But eventually, if we have to break down from here, to break down from these support lines, I don't think we will, guys, but if we have to break down from these support lines, then we will discuss later on. As you know, my advice always is, as we go lower, buy more and wait, and never invest all your money into one support line as well. So right here, this is not the case for now. DISTRICT0X look strong, and it was about time to explode because we were seeing Civic having showroom and going upwards while DNT was remaining silent, but DNT attacked here in the last minutes where most of the people didn't expect it because it follows the Bitcoin trend, and that's what I want to consider, to take into consideration as a risk, because it followed, if it follows the Bitcoin story, guys, then we might see some slightly correction here, but it still looks strong, guys. It still looks strong. That's of course the most important thing, and that's why we should consider that DNT, some say that doesn't have much room to grow, but if you look DNT against Bitcoin, you will see that it has much more room to grow. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a fantastic day wherever you are, and of course I will see you soon with many more videos. Stay safe and bye.